Okay, we're putting together a 13-inch Honeybee tilt and space wheelchair built here at Hope Haven, Guatemala, in Santo Domingo, Xanaco, Guatemala. So Miner will be putting together the frame and Gustavo will be putting together the seating system with the help of Isaac. So unlike most wheelchairs that have over 20 feet of tubing, the Beeline wheelchairs have no more than 7 feet of tubing, and they're packaged in this small box, which is less than 1 cubic foot. So we assembled a frame so that it takes the guesswork out of how to put it together. With each Honeybee wheelchair comes a toolkit with some extra nuts and bolts and brackets. We've got a 7/16 nut driver, which adjusts all of the seating components, and a stamped tool that has the 5/8 tool for the frame, but also a tool for the wheel adjustment, depending on what size wheel you put on. The tool will adjust the axle insert. In this case, we have a 20-inch wheel. The Honeybee chair can also come with a 22-inch wheel and a 24 or even a 12-inch stroller-based configuration. The unique thing about the Beeline is it's assembled, put together, held together by laser cut brackets with square holes and a modified carriage bolt that has a short shoulder no thicker than the thickness, the 8-inch thickness of the laser cut plates. The seat post can also be telescoped up if you want a higher seat to floor height or lower, and telescope down. You'll notice kind of the smiley face on the one bracket that by using on loosening the bracket, you can adjust the tilt to up to 45 degrees of tilt. Because the Honeybee tilts, because the seat tilts, we have to mount the brakes onto the frame. And Miner's on our Bumblebee chairs, we can put the brake on the seat because it's pretty much established at the seat dump that you're going to stick with. A 5/8 deep well socket adjusts the assembles the frame. So somebody who's done this before should be able to, a couple of people that should be able to have this chair totally assembled in less than 15 minutes, which is pretty typical of any kind of a flat pack. One of the nice things about the Beeline of wheelchairs is we can get average chair goes into a box that's under 4 cubic feet, meaning you can get well over 500 in a sea container, which is twice as many as your normal folding wheelchairs. So Gustavo is getting on the seating system. He already has the hip guides on. He has putting on the push handles. We have extended push handles that we use on the Beeline, the Honeybees. So if the caregiver, the mother, is pushing the child, when it's in tilt, they have some adjustability so that they don't have to bend over to push the chair. All the Beeline wheelchairs come with quick release axles. This 20-inch wheel that we're using is compatible with a bicycle tire, so if the tire wears out or the tube is ruined, you can go to the bicycle industry, unlike the wheelchair industry, which is makes people buy their parts, which is quite a bit more expensive and hard to access. So once we have the lateral pads on, we can put it on the frame. We do have offset brackets and spacers so that you can provide the proper seating for the child if they have a scoliosis or a other seating needs. If they're windswept, or we also make an abductor available, but because so often the abductors or the pummels are misused, we just like to send those extra, or just a few per load of wheelchairs, so that they don't assume that they have to use them and then make it uncomfortable for the child. The abductors are more for a knee block rather than to keep, they're often misused to hold a child into the chair rather than what they're originally designed for. I'm going to put the chair into a little bit of tilt and adjust the handle there so that they can access it from underneath and get the 4 bolts to hold the seat onto the frame. Each Honeybee wheelchair has well over 100 T-nuts in the plywood. We use an 11-ply or a 9-ply Baltic birch with exterior glue to provide the strength and durability that's needed in this type of design. The center of gravity can be accomplished not only by where the seat post is on the frame, but also where the bolts or the seat is placed on the chair. There's at least 3.5 inches of adjustability, and it can be adjusted to the fraction of an inch. The nice thing about this tilting system is you can dial it in to exactly where you need it, where a lot of other chairs you just had 10-degree or increments that you can go by, and if the sweet spot was at 7 degrees or 15, then you were out of luck, where with the Beeline we can get it exact. The 13-inch Honeybee has an elevating feature on the footrest. And depending on where you pivot these holes, this can be pivoted here or up or back. And this can be moved forward so you can get the right angle and elevating leg rest. In this case, it's set up for more of a 90-degree. But you can literally move this forward, pivot this up here, and have a gurney, and then extend the plate out. Isaac's going to show us how to put the tray on. So the Beeline chairs come with either a plastic tray or a wooden tray. And then, so this is how the chair is put into tilt. It can also be put into recline. The recline feature is made at 10-degree increments. Gustavo, ¿puede enseñar cómo reclinar la espalda?